There's just nothing better on a cool, crisp autumn day than a cup of Joffrey's coffee or tea. And whether it's one of Joffrey's newest blends like creamy butterscotch rum, toasted s'mores, or the newest Disney blend Artifact inspired by Tiffin's, or one of your favorites, you just can't go wrong. And from now until November 12th, you can enjoy 20% off your entire Joffrey's order with code LOOPER20. That's LOOPER20 for 20% off. So order your favorites today at Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
I'll even admit that was too long of a pause at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, that one was way too long. Yeah.
But this is ResortLoop.com. Did I say my name yet?
You did.
Okay, let's still move.
I think they already know who you are. And some people probably, you don't want them to know who you are.
People think they want to know me, and then they meet me, and they're like, I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah. I felt that. I mean...
wow.
Wait.
You saw people talking as they walked away from me.
No, that's what it was. I was one of them. Anyway, Tim, no.
Hey, before we start the show...
Yes.
I just want to say thanks to everybody who has not called or emailed for a quote from Resort Loop Travel Group.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for supporting us in that way. Thank you to all of our Patreon folks as well that are supporting the show. And thanks to everybody, especially because of the show we're going to do, for just supporting the show by interacting with us.
That's what I love. That's why we do it. Well, we both love it. I'm not just saying just I love it.
Okay. I mean, that was selfish.
I can tell you love it because you're smiling.
Absolutely.
I can hear the smile on your face.
Listen.
I can also see the smile on your face.
Listen.
Put the finger down.
This is what it's all about. You know, we haven't built a community. Walt Disney built an incredible community that we are lucky enough to be a part of. And then you throw in social media.
Oh, imagine what he would do if he knew about the social media thing.
Oh, my gosh. He would love what's going on right now. And the fact that we can all get together and talk about... what
would his Twitter handle be?
Him.
Would it be like Uncle Walt? Would it be Walt? Just Walt? Big guy Walt?
Me.
Mouse Man?
Just be me. Everybody knows who he is.
Oh, that's funny.
It'd be Walt. He'd be like Cher at this point. Just one name.
Yeah.
Madonna, Cher, Walt.
I don't see Walt straddling guns on a battleship.
So what we did was we asked Looper Nation for their one tip. This is our one tip series.
This is a little twist on the one tip that we've normally done for this show.
Yes, it is. And actually, the response was so huge. This is part one.
We know going in this time.
This was ridiculous. We absolutely love this one. So we were talking and we're like, we're going back and forth about how some of the things Disney could do for us. It'd be great if Disney did this or did that. So we thought, let's put it out to Looper Nation.
Let's do it.
This is our one tip that you would offer to Disney to help them make your next trip more magical.
Because normally these are tips, for everyone visiting. This is tips for the big corporate people.
This is because we know they listen.
We do know they listen.
Buffets, brunches.
We just know.
Sneaky tips that they fill those loopholes. Yikes. Sorry about that one, guys.
Oopsies.
So this was from Looper Nation. The one tip that you would offer to Disney to help them make your next trip more magical. Start us off, Tim.
I will start us off with Robin Howard.
My sister, by the way.
You're not allowed to read it because of the restraining order that has been put in effect.
That's right.
But she says, character sightings at more hotels.
Love that idea.
That's fantastic because I think the only ones I know of at Disney World and hotels are at character meals.
At character meals, exactly.
They just don't have meet and greets, or they're just not wandering around for photo ops. They're behind that guard.
Right. Right. Just for that limited amount of time if you've paid for that character.
Right.
So, Josh Hart, he agrees, says more characters walking around.
I love the idea. Like in a park, he's thinking?
I don't know.
I think in Disney World, they might get mugged.
What?
By like tourists,
what
unruly tourists. Come take my picture with my
Mobbed,
child.
you mean? There's a difference between mugged and mobbed.
Not really. I meant mugged. I know what I said. Get Big Al's wallet.
Okay, first off, nobody's mugging Big Al. I mean, there's a reason there's blood on the saddle. I'm just saying. Go.
All right. Excellent. Christopher Richardson.
Yes. Hey, by the way, was at the Looper Meet, the local one, the Northeast Ohio Looper Meet.
Of course.
Absolutely. Speaking of a Patreon support,
and now I want Dole Whip.
Go.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's go.
Goes, this is likely to be controversial, but I think I would have to tell Walt Disney World to change the Fast Pass system to be more like the Disneyland system.
Oh.
I'm not suggesting that we should have pay like they do for the Disneyland Max Pass, or they should revert back to paper passes. I still have paper passes in my wallet, by the way.
I know you do.
What I would like to see instead is to reserve them 60 days or 30 days in advance. Change it so that you get your passes the day that you're in the park and going to use them. And you have to be inside the park of your choice to do so. I know this has some disadvantages for park hopping and arriving late, but ultimately, I think we would be better for those that are actually in the park.
Okay. All right. However, finish reading.
And then Peg Zisman chimes in. She says, you did disclaim your idea as potentially controversial. I don't agree with this OneTip. I like planning, and I really like sleeping in and hitting the parks later in the day.
Oh.
Maybe people in the parks should be in the parks in order to make a Fast Pass reservations. Means you would basically have to be at rope drop in order to get Fast Passes for the coveted rides. And that really defeats the purpose of getting a rope drop in the first place, since people show up bright and early to ride the most popular attractions with shorter wait times. This idea would just cause more early morning chaos and stress on visitors. It also essentially defeats the purpose of a Fast Pass, since you would need to wait in line early morning to get into the park in order to avoid waiting in another line for an attraction later in the day.
I know you love waiting in lines.
I do enjoy waiting in lines, and Christopher comes back in and goes, I'm a Virgo. A big one, and that makes me a planner too, so I fully appreciate what you're saying.
There you go.
So, while there was a disagreement over at Looper Nation Live, it's pleasant and fun.
Always.
Oh.
We're one big happy family. Then Peg goes on to say, she says, I would suggest offering Disney after-hours events during the summer months. As an educator, I do not get to take vacation days, so I can only travel when kids are out of school, which, of course, is always peak season. You don't know anything about that.
I don't, but my wife does, so I actually do.
She goes on to say, I am more than happy to pay more for a hard ticket event and stay up late to get into the park with shorter wait times at attractions.
Peg, I agree with you. I think that would be fantastic.
There you go.
Because they're only doing that for limited dates. I think it's January and February this year.
Yeah, and there's like 2 in March.
2 in March?
Yeah.
But, I mean, do it in the summer. What's up with remember they had those, once or twice a year, a couple times, they did those 24-hour events?
Yes. I think those would be a great idea. There are some other tips in here that I think are going to go right along with what Peg's talking about.
Peg is so smart.
And I like some of these. I think I like all of them.
I was going to say, you normally don't like anything, so I can't wait to hear these.
Well, keep reading then, mister.
I will. Jeremy Hunt. My lovely and amazing wife struggles with mobility issues. And though Disney is excellent at so many things with respect to the parks, all you have to do is hit the parks with a wheelchair to realize how many attractions are basically off limits to you, or at the very least, super awkward.
There you go.
This would be my wish, that they could sprinkle some sort of that Disney magic into their thought process about accommodating guests with special needs. Then he gives a little example here. It goes, Exhibit A, Pandora. It's beautiful, but we've yet to experience either attraction because there is no way, that we know of currently, for my wife to ride.
Oh, yeah, that Flight of Passage is tough.
I've heard that.
It's tough because it's almost like sitting on a motorcycle.
I don't know anything about that, but you do.
So, and then the boat, right.
But yeah.
Absolutely. I'm sure well, I'm not sure, but we'll have to look into that. and see if there's a way for folks with mobility issues to ride those rides.
Hopefully they're efforting and always looking at something they can do to change things to make it a little more inclusive for everybody.
I would think so. Monica Rodriguez Pinto. Do we know her?
We do know her. We do.
Where do we know her from?
We know her from the mouse in my house. The mouse in your house.
In your house.
I know.
There's no mice in my house.
No. Did you have a squirrel in your house once?
I had a raccoon in my house in the attic.
I knew you had a varmint in there somewhere.
That's not a good show. And a mess in my attic. Anyway, Monica says, I would suggest they give me a free trip. That would really plus it for me.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Janine Woodland pops in. She goes, I would like to see pools open later. I understand the whole lifeguard thing. It would be nice to go back to the resort and swim a few laps. She goes, okay, I would sit and cool off in the pool. But make it adults only if no lifeguard is on duty.
There you go.
And then Dee Dee Herring, we love her, chimed in and goes, I'm with you with this on this one 100%.
Both of those young ladies at Looper Meets. Not the same Looper Meets.
That's all right.
Dee Dee was at the one in Florida, and Janine was the one up here at B.A. Sweetie Candies.
All over the country.
Just spreading the Looper love. Jody Racco Worcester says, I try. I'm sorry, Jody. Says, I know it might not be a popular opinion, but I would love the option to purchase additional fast passes, which could be booked in advance.
We really shouldn't read that one on the air.
Yikes.
Someone's light bulb just went off somewhere.
Whoops.
A light bulb and dollar signs. James Jamie Price. Lately, it seems there's not as much plussing, and there's plenty of minusing.
Oh, no.
It's the little things. For instance, at my resort, there are no more towel animals, no toiletries with Mickey ears, and just fewer extras that made it feel more special and let you know that you're on Disney property. I can go to a cheaper resort and get many more amenities. If I don't feel like I'm in the Disney bubble, why not stay elsewhere? It's not to that point yet, far from it. It just seems that to be the direction they're going, to save a few pennies.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like some of the things I'm hearing. We're going to see how this develops over the next few months.
Right.
Carolyn Gibbs chimes in. She goes, James Jamie Price, you said it perfectly. This is why my family will be visiting Mickey by way of Disney Cruise Line and not at the World. Disney Cruise Line still makes us feel, sorry about that, special.
That's all right. I got a little of that in my eye. Wait a minute.
I apologize.
Yes, absolutely.
That's why I use my own microphone.
Absolutely. Those Disney Cruise Lines, come on.
Oh, bring some more of that back to some of the resorts. You want to take a... Again, don't do things just to save pennies.
Right. Like dispensers in the shower. Everybody's unhappy about the dispensers.
It makes me sick.
Wow, are you getting mad?
I am getting mad.
Your face is getting red.
Oh.
It was like a cartoon. You know how the temperature gauge, you see how the guy gets
We're going to
really
be a
angry?
premium brand, but we don't want to give premium products out there necessarily.
We're going to give you soap dispensers.
Yeah. Nothing says personal like that.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, Crystal Smith says, I would love to see a villain's character meal.
Ooh.
And Tamara Spidel says, yes, I love that idea.
I love that idea as well.
I do too. Why haven't they done that yet?
No, they will now.
They're talking about a whole villain's park, but nobody's thinking, hey, maybe we should let's see what a meal will do.
Let's just do a little beta testing here.
My goodness.
See if there's a market for this.
Love it.
Scott Gerke says, my suggestion would be to offer extra magic hours in all 4 parks on the same day every other day.
Oh, there you go.
2 parks have extra magic hours in the morning, and the other 2 have extra magic hours at night. Personally, I like to avoid the parks that have extra magic hours because they tend to be even more crowded than the ones that don't. If there were 2 options in the morning and at night, that would help spread out the crowds and give us guests more of a VIP experience.
There you go. Maria Noble says, enforce the rules about no unaccompanied kids under 12 in the hot tubs. Several times we have wanted to just unwind. 2 older people with our sore feet and backs, and suddenly you are besieged by screaming kids, some of them submerging their heads way underwater. And Dee Dee Herring chimed in and said, yes, lots of exclamation points.
Exactly, like a cauldron of kids. Lynn Stacy Smith said it would be awesome if there was a DVC lounge in each park. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with everything they do. Some of my crazier ideas would be to add a fitness or step counter into the Magic Band. How about that? Or for Disney to purchase the Wyndham Bonnet Creek and set us totally free from our silly decision whether we buy into the Wyndham Vacation Club before we were DVC owners.
Ah, yeah.
LOL.
Well, you know. Dee Dee Herring says, I have two that are very much for selfish reasons.
Oh.
First, more benches, seating around the park.
Oh. Speak it, sister.
It's gotten so bad in some locations, and being able to sit down can be a lifesaver. Plus, people watching is fun.
I agree. Couldn't agree more.
The second one I have is that Disney should do hard-ticketed adult-only events in the parks.
Yes.
As a pass holder, I'd pay for that. I think there are lots of adults without kids or adults who want to get away from their kids who would love this. It would make for extra magical and extra romantic evenings.
Oh, my.
Don't look at me like that.
I couldn't help it.
Tara Spidell says, I second the more seating suggestions.
I think there are benches that have actually pulled out in semi-recent years.
They're hiding them?
Yeah, exactly. No, they don't want you sitting. If you're sitting, you're not spending money.
You're not spending any cash if you're sitting down. Although you could be buying popcorn and sitting.
I could be and would be.
I don't want to eat and walk.
Can't eat and walk.
No, I can't chew gum and walk.
No, I've seen you try. Justin Leeser, when you compare Disney resorts to other vacation resorts such as all-inclusive, Disney does not offer an adult drink package. That includes alcohol. Similar to the famous Resort Mugs package, I think it could be experimented with at some of the deluxe resorts to offer a capped, as far as like a number per day.
Right.
Or dare I say, unlimited drink package. Bad idea. No, I'm kidding. For a certain fixed price per day with gratuity included. It would have to be limited to the resorts, but I highly doubt adults would abuse it. I think it could be a good option that you find on cruises and at other resorts, but I think it would only add to the Resort Loop or Crescent Lake area. Plus, knowing Disney would definitely make their margins.
There you go.
Jody Rakow Worcester. What? Worcester. Sorry about that.
There you go.
It's a start, at least, that the 2018 dining plan will include alcoholic beverages. That is true.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And the price either didn't go up or went up just minimally.
Nice.
And Justin says, look at that. I forgot that news. They're on to us. Thanks, Jody. I'll thank Jody as well.
Absolutely. And, I've said this in the past. The more adult-type things that Disney wants to do, where there's some, adult beverages included, means more minivan use.
True.
It's a win-win. Mylene Munoz says, believe it or not, I wish I was at Disney today.
Oh.
That would plus everything.
I think I love Mylene right now.
If we were in Disney right now today.
Vicky Marie.
We know Vicky.
We do. She said Disney should continue to empower their employees to make magic happen.
Absolutely.
On our trip, there were countless times this happened, including the time a cast member went to find a tooth box and confetti for Ava because she'd lost a tooth.
Oh, yeah.
How cool is that? She always carry a confetti cannon around. They're tough through security, but,
No.
No?
Not a good idea.
Well, anytime I say something amazing, I fire off the confetti cannon. It never goes off.
It never goes off.
Also, the time a cast member gave us free ice cream because their till wasn't working for taking payments on magic bands. Neither of them had to wait for a manager to authorize what they were doing. They just did it themselves. Also, they should continue with their test of having more walk-around characters. We often saw the country bears wandering around, and one time one of them took hold of Ava's hand and went skipping around with her. Adorable. And then they all got together and played games with the guests. Loved it.
I do too. I think that's fantastic. The more characters that they have, just those unexpected moments.
Right.
It's one thing to stand in line and you get an autograph or a picture with, one of the princesses or characters.
Or sitting at a table watching them approach.
Right. To be just walking around maybe your resort or the parks and have one come up. Awesome.
Exactly.
Mindy Carnes-Muir says, I would tell Disney to give their cast members a raise.
Hey, how about that?
I want to work there. I want to work for Mindy. Yes, this would make our experience so much better. It all starts with the cast members, and if we have quality cast members, we have a quality experience. I agree.
Cast members earn every dollar they get. I'm sure they
Absolutely.
They deserve quite a bit more.
Absolutely.
Matthew Wallace says, "I'd like to see a return to the original blueprint of care for the guests in the parks. There's almost too much technology today. The personal touch is lost to some degree. As for the parks, I think there should be there used to be a third shift maintenance and cleaning team. The facades of Main Street were painted every month to keep a fresh look. Rides rarely broke down because maintenance was performed nightly. Disney is in the details, and those details should still matter today."
Yeah, I agree with the maintenance, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
You got to keep things looking fresh all the time, because some people that one trip might be their one and only trip.
That's right. That's the one they've been looking forward to for years.
It's got to look perfect and brand new, and all those rides got to work.
Absolutely.
Got to work. Tara Renee says the higher tier Universal hotels, I think all but Cabana Bay, offer text message concierge standard to guests. Disney only has it when staying concierge level. It's very helpful for the little needs. That's interesting.
Huh.
I like that idea. I did not know that they had that available.
I had no idea.
Well, you stay concierge more than me. I
don't even know when the last time was.
I never do.
You never do. You're hoping for an upgrade.
An
upgrade from All-Star Music to concierge somewhere.
I keep trying to go to the Pop Century concierge desk. Can't ever find it.
And you've looked everywhere.
I have looked everywhere at Pop Century. Can't find it.
Taylor Morgan Stevenson, add more pavilions to Epcot. Australia, India, and some African and South American countries. Not only would it refresh Epcot, but the cuisines in those countries are amazing and would add great dining opportunities.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm all about some added dining opportunities.
Especially some of those places. Australia, come on. That would be amazing. Joyce Ruiz Escavera says, "Why doesn't Disneyland make a covering over the park so you can go and enjoy the park rain or hot beaming sun year round?"
There you go.
Goodness, they have the money to do so.
True, just get the stitch
so
in.
Much more comfortable.
Just put under a big dome.
Big dome. They need to let you get three fast passes at one time, like Walt Disney World does. So there you go. We're going to wrap it up right there because
we got quite a bit.
We got to go build a dome. But this is just part one of this incredible response we got from Looper Nation.
I love it.
On things that you guys are hoping that Walt Disney World would do for you,
or Disneyland,
or Disney Paris, or any of the Disney parks, to plus your trip. Real quick,
yes,
because we're going to wrap this up on the next episode. But
put it in a bow.
We'll get one from each of us today before we wrap this one up, and then go on to part 2. So what would be one thing that you would like Disney to do for you to plus your next trip?
I'm going to tell you right now. For fear of going into another rant, I'm just going to say it quickly. Do not put shampoo or soap dispensers in these hotel rooms.
That's a big one. Everybody's talking about it.
How could you not talk about it?
Everybody's talking about it.
If you want us to think you're an upper echelon hotel,
yes,
you got to act like an upper echelon hotel.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm going to say.
I like that. I agree with you a million thousand %.
Thank you. But again, I said that's all I'm going to say. So your turn. Otherwise, I'm just going to get wound up.
I know. Your face is
hideous, I know.
Anyway, and angry looking right now. You know what I would like to see, and I've wanted this for so long before you and I talked about this long before we ever did the show. I would love for them to do a little something special for all of us that go all the time. You know, the guest that is there, your base, if you will, to coin a political term, your base.
Right.
That's us. We're coming down. You know we're coming down. So I don't necessarily expect a discount, but how cool would it be? We get into our room. There's a nice little gift basket there.
Oh, what?
A little something.
Oh.
You know, just to say, hey, thanks for being a loyal guest of ours, coming down here all the time.
Right.
We really appreciate it. They know who we are. Come on.
They know who we are. They know we're coming down, and they know or should at least know. If you don't know, you're going to know now. We're your biggest supporters. We're telling everybody to go down there.
We're telling it.
I don't mean us as a show.
Right.
I mean us as people.
Us as people. We, all of Looper Nation, everybody out there, the Disney fans, we talk about all the time.
Everybody's like, where should I go on vacation? I'm like, you got to go to Disney.
Got to go to Disney.
Like, why would I want to go to Disney? And then I go into like a 4-hour tirade. Not tirade.
Right.
I think I lose focus after about 10 minutes. But, they walk away and I'm still talking.
But you get some Joffrey's coffee, so that gives you more focus.
That's true.
You continue on.
That is true.
It's time to stop.
I know.
We'll have part 2 coming up soon, folks. So thanks for participating. And, Tim, that is all I've got for this episode. And also for this episode, I'm Tim Scott. Facebook, Twitter, ResortLoop.com. Don't forget, get a free quote. Go over there to ResortLoopTravel.com. I have.
Have you gone?
I like it over there. I enjoy going over there. Don't forget social media. You guys know where to find us. And like us on Facebook. Rate us over there on iTunes.
Yes.
Subscribe to the show. Makes it easier for you.
Do all this stuff.
And what else should folks do, Tim?
Everybody go out there and share the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody.
Vacation memories will stay with you and your family for a lifetime. The Resort Loop Travel Group was created with this in mind. Our fee-free services will relieve you of the stress and confusion of finding and booking the best vacation at the best price. After booking, we will continue to monitor for ways to save you even more on your vacation. We will check for any upcoming packages and discounts to save you as many vacation dollars as possible. Resort Loop Travel Group, gateway to your magical vacation memories. Get a quote, or for more information, visit ResortLoopTravelGroup.com.